last year when I did the Drag is Not a Crime fashion show, it was completely funded by different, like mostly, it was almost predominantly all like religious groups and institutions that funded a Drag is Not a Crime all ages fashion show.
Amazing.
Do you know what I mean? And so I know also the religious community really responded to Kenny County Pride as well too.
Yeah, and it definitely surprised me. I think because in my mind, and in my body, I still carry so much religious trauma that it was almost like, I don't know if I should even trust you. Like, this is like confusing for me.
I'm still there.
And and I think that's okay. You know, like, please don't come to the church, like what are we calling interfaith church service?
Yeah, I don't even think
if you're not even comfortable like with any of that.
Well,
totally do
church
not
is a trigger too. So what do we call church?
No, it's not. I'm not at that level.
That's fair.
One thing that I think is going to be interesting, because before I resigned because of like the transphobia, I was a minister in the Satanic Temple because I was involved in their sober faction. Like, I did a weekly meeting for grief in recovery, and you're taught, or back then you were, that if you're in TST or you're a Satanist, is to not advertise it when you're at events or protests, because it will take the attention off of the focus, and people will be like, oh, like for BLM, they were discouraging people from going to the BLM, not from going to the protest, but from wearing like a Satanist stuff. So because that way the opposition will be like, look, fucking Satanists are supporting BLM. That tells you everything you need to know about the Black Lives Matter movement. Fucking Satanists. So in this instance, it's going to be a fucking heyday, but it's so important to represent all of the different facets of religion. So I think it's super cool that you're doing that. That's just, I think it's going to be powerful shit.
I do too. And I was really impressed with the conversations that we've had so far. Like, some things were brought up, like, oh, let's focus on, instead of, let's focus on God loves everyone. We were all created in God's image. And someone from the Satanists was like, hey, I don't believe in God. And not everyone at Pride is going to. I would encourage us to find things that all of us believe, like compassion and love.
Yeah.
And the pastor that brought that up was like, wow, thank you so much for saying that. And really took it in, changed his whole direction. And it was such a cool experience to see people from vastly different systems of belief come together and actually talk and work through things. Because I think today in this divisive, whether it's religion or politics, which I think are basically the same thing, everything's just very divisive.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I mean, it was only 10 people, but still it felt so good to be in a collaborative environment where people genuinely respected what you had to say, genuinely respected what they had to say, and worked together to make something that could kind of fit with everyone. So if the fruits are a result of that, then it's going to be amazing. And I'm really excited.
It's like with Satanism, because at first I've got really bad OCD, and a lot of my obsessions are with religion. It's this whole thing. I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah,
but
I'd love to know.
It used to so it used to make me really nervous and make me kind of spin out just on the idea of it. So I avoided Satanism for a long time. But when I finally read the tenets and I learned more about it, it's more the religion that I would associate it with the most is Buddhism. And people, if you tell someone that and they have no idea about Satanism, they're like, you're fucking shitting me. It's no, it's the tenets are basically just be a good person, trust in science, bodily autonomy. And that's fucking it. Do no harm, take no shit.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my experience with this satanic folks has all been good. And there's been plenty of times where they we'll step back. We'll do the work, we'll show up, we'll even lead some stuff, but we'll step back when it comes to media or this, that, or the other, in order to really kind of ensure that it doesn't
take away the focus,
the water a little bit, or take away the focus, which I was really impressed with, because initially I did have some concerns, but I've had nothing but great experiences.
Well, it sounds like this Pride is going to be really different.
Yeah, it is. And I think this year we also have a longer program that will allow people to come and go. So if you don't want to attend interfaith experience in the morning, come at noon. Or,
most people probably won't be up yet anyway.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
It was right. It's Sunday morning. They're like,
and I will bring a lot of water because I am the person that blacks out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, Erin is taking care of our water again too, which is
thank you, Erin.
Amazing.
So there's water, sunscreen.
Yeah, we have sunscreen too from donors. We have, but I would still bring your own water, your own sunscreen. Some awesome things that are going to be happening to kind of shift the focus a little bit. We are really focusing on. Last year we were just needing performers quick because we had 3 weeks to plan it. Right. This year we have more of a centered focus on performers, of most of the performers being queer, most of the performers being trans or non-binary. We do have another drag show, again, family friendly. I probably don't have to tell your audience this, but there's a reason I have to keep bringing up that this is a family friendly festival. But really no one thinks that except for
people who don't know don't know us.
So that's going to be really fun. We are going to have a dance party afterward that I think is going to be a really great experience. And can I talk about my art project that I'm doing?
Of course, absolutely.
Yay! Okay, this is really exciting for me. Again, last year I wanted to do a collaborative art community installation, but that's bottom of the list, and it just didn't happen, and that's okay. But this year we are going to have basically 8x8 squares that people can write their story on, they can draw on, they can use stamps. We have a couple local artists that are making stamps.
Oh, cool.
Just a little rainbow or a trans, whatever. I don't actually know what they're looking like yet, but I'll check in.
They're going to be amazing.
To self-check in. They're going to be amazing.
Amazing.
And so you can stamp, paint, write, color, whatever, make a 8x8 square, and then it'll be hung up like a little prayer flag around and displayed that way. But then they'll all get sewn into a quilt after.
Oh, that's badass. I love
and
that.
we'll have 2 quilts on display, one in the trans colors that only trans and non-binary people can write their story or decorate on. It's going to be basically blank, and then a different rainbow one for whomever, if they're an ally or just any part of the queer community, they can write, decorate on that quilt or on the little square. And so
awesome.
I love that.
Then you can kind of get the idea of what they look like
and just be a part of it.
And I think it'll be a really cool. I don't know if either of y'all have gotten into textile arts and fiber arts before, but I am slightly obsessed with fiber arts lately because I was always never wanting anything to do with it because it was too feminine. But now that I'm living in my authenticity, I'm embracing a lot of femininity all of a sudden. And me and my partner have been doing felting and weaving and all sorts of things that were always
girly.
Too girly. And I'm throwing in lace and throwing in pearls and all of these hyper femme things and creating art and processing a lot of my feminine side, which has been really, really fabulous. So I hope that can kind of reflect too that fiber arts is not a gendered
it's just art
situation. It's just art.
I think so too.
So that's the goal too.
That's really cool.
That
sounds really
sick.
awesome. For sure.
So think about what you're gonna write on your squares.
I will.
I know.
Start thinking about it now.
Right?
It needs to be good.